one thing about using a pinch collar is that you cannot use it like you use a regular collar. So this dog was wearing a martingale when he came in, and a martingale is designed to have a chain portion, but the rest is a flat nylon collar. So that chain portion, if the dog goes to pull, it makes the collar itself smaller, which can, it can make pressure on the trachea and things like that. And I'm gonna be really careful while we're standing here, is I'm not gonna look at him. When he's looking at me like this, because if he's right now, he's not doing anything wrong and there's nothing to disagree with. Good. But he is like this, staring straight at me. Well, if I look straight back in his eyes, that is an immediate challenge. And he very likely will not be calm right now. But the thing about dog training is the minute you change, they change. And you can start to affect behavior. He disengaged for the first time. He's not staring at me. He's starting to settle in. So we think, I want to praise that because I want to encourage that. No, you're only going to activate the brain. There, and let that is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Outside, he got multiple corrections for behavior that was not acceptable. And he got quiet. The absence of correction and the presence of calm peace was the reward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it?
Absolutely.
He got pressure for showing aggression. When he stopped showing aggression, pressure stopped. Dogs want to avoid discomfort and they want comfort. And it is that simple. One of the things that was really obvious to me in his behavior for security, because in talking to you on the phone, you were expressing to me, and my conclusion was that we had an insecure defensive dog. Okay. That was the conversation we had on the phone. When he came out of the truck, he didn't show a lot of insecurity, the hackles, snurr, but he was just lunging, barking, very real, wanting to make sure you had a hold of that line. But when you started to apply some pressure, I saw where he was getting needy with you. When I see people and I see dogs I don't know, he's showing aggression. He's lunging, he's barking. That's very clear. What happens when a dog starts that behavior, if the human doesn't disagree with it and go, I don't allow that, it becomes a habit and a pattern of behavior to where it's an instant trigger. All he had to do was see a dog come out a door and he was lit. He was on. He was showing aggression. It becomes instant from like 0 to 100 instantly. He didn't start out like that. No dog starts out like that. When a dog does something the first time, we got to tell him it's right or wrong. My shepherd pup was 8 weeks old and he got a piece of horse poop and he was going to eat it and I was making him let go. And he came at me like I've never seen an 8-week-old puppy come after me. But I won. Well, guess what? He's a year old now. When I say out, he spits it out. I taught him at 8 weeks old. Right. Now, I've had to reinforce it a little bit since then, but not like I did the first time. Okay. Does that make sense? Survival is his greatest instinct. So what do I need to do to survive? In this situation, I am not comfortable, whatever the patterns of behavior that have developed, but he's barking and lunging. That's a behavior he's very comfortable in. Mm-hmm. You take away that behavior in that scenario, it's important to have, well then what do you want him to do instead? We haven't worked together long enough for you to have let him know what you want him to do instead. Often I would start walking a dog with structure, or I'd put a dog in a sit, or I might even do a down command. I want to create structure. That is no, but this is yes. Okay? We didn't have that. So it was not wrong to ask him just to be in your space. But when he was in your space, he was wanting to back up between your legs. He was kept backing up between your legs. In fact, you kept trying to step over him and different things like that. And so one of the things that I would say about that is that start to recognize when he's stressed, when he's going to scoot back and try to rely on being between your legs, under your feet, or sitting on your feet, between your legs, or even pressing against you.
Like this?
Okay? No, he's relaxed here.
So even at home, it's okay if he's close to me like this.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He can be close to you. We want dogs in our space, but we don't want him to have to be in our space. Right. We don't want him to have to be on you. I have a dog, a video out right now. It's called Fix Aggression, and we were sitting exactly right here with a Cane Corso that started to growl when I came through the door, and so we introduced the pinch collar. Now it was a low level of aggression compared to what we saw today, but the fact is those owners were able to give some appropriate leash corrections to redirect the brain, and then the dog immediately turned around to suck up to the gentleman because that was its go-to for safety. So I was explaining, don't let the dog be between your legs, close your legs, the dog can be at the side. If you invite the dog into your space all day long, totally fine, because you invited.
Okay.
But they're not allowed to crowd you or be on you without invitation, because space is a very important resource in the dog world. If he's stressed and the dog is on you or sucking up, and then whatever's stressful goes away, sucking up kept me safe. Leaning on you kept me safe. He needs to know he's fine anyway. You're fine anyway, because if we don't allow the dog to suck up and he settles right there and then the stress goes away, I didn't have to suck up. I didn't die. I didn't have to suck up to be okay. So pay attention to where when you do go home and you are correcting him,
Yep.
if for something unwanted, that when he starts to suck up on you, you're not gonna knock him off. Like even outside, you're not gonna correct him off you. He's overwhelmed already. He's already dealing with what he's dealing with.
Okay.
All you're gonna do is remove. So I didn't have you correct him out from between your legs. I had you step over and close your legs.
Okay.
So you're helping him. It's like, okay, dude, you can't suck up,
Yep.
but we're dealing with the aggression right now, so I'm just gonna close my legs and make that not an option.
Okay.
So that's a good way to do that.
Till the next lesson, we just thank you so much for listening. We hope you gained some value. And again, your dog will never be what you want him to be until you're the leader they need you to be. And we just thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.